My girlfriend said, I'm babysitting overnight, phone off. A bank alert hit for a downtown hotel bar, not babysitting supplies. Garage LPR emailed a plate photo at 1:12, her car returning with a man's tattooed arm, and a friend sent DM screenshots by mistake. Same hotel headboard, same dress. I, 34, male, repair vending machines in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I rent a small upstairs apartment near Bayview. Her name is Jenna. We dated a year. My best friend is Miles. My sister is Lily. That is my circle. Jenna stood in our kitchen and said she was babysitting for a neighbor. She said overnight. She lifted her phone and said, phone off, the parents want no noise. She grabbed a canvas tote. No toys, no diapers, no spare clothes. She kissed my cheek and left. An hour later a bank alert hit my phone. Our joint card paid at a hotel bar by the river. My name sat on the card, but she had a copy on her phone. Drinks in a small plate. It was not a big charge. It said a big thing. I stared at the number. I opened a folder on my laptop and named it Babysitting. I saved the alert as a screenshot. I wrote the time in a note. Near midnight our garage system emailed me. The building uses plates to open the gate. The LPR sent a still of her car returning at 1:12. The flash caught the passenger window. A tattooed forearm rested on the door. Not mine. The photo attached in the email. I saved it. 10 minutes later my phone buzzed again. A friend of Jenna's posted a story and then deleted it. A mutual sent me the DMs by mistake. 2 screenshots. A hotel mirror selfie. Same dress Jenna wore when she left. Headboard with a cutout pattern I knew from ads. Her caption said, reset. I saved both. I did not explode. I sat at the table and wrote a timeline. Texts, charges, stills, screenshots. I breathed slow. Update 1. I called Miles at dawn. He listens without filling the gaps. I told him the facts. Babysitting line. Bank alert. Plate photo. DM screenshots. He said one thing. Keep your voice low when you ask. I called the hotel and asked a simple question. I said my card had a bar charge and I needed the receipt for my records. The clerk asked for the last 4 digits and the time. He read back a ticket. 2 cocktails. 1 appetizer. He said he could email a masked folio to the card holder. He did. I saved it. I called the neighbor. Jenna said she was helping. I asked if everything was okay and if Jenna needed a ride. The neighbor sounded confused. She said her sister stayed with the kid. She said Jenna had offered, then said her night got busy. My throat tightened. I thanked her and ended the call. At 10 I asked Jenna to meet me at a park. Public. Quiet. She arrived in the same dress and a hoodie. She smiled like the night had been nothing. I kept my phone on my knee. I asked 3 questions. Did you babysit? She said yes. Did you go to the hotel bar? She said no. Why did the garage email show a passenger arm? She said the system makes mistakes. I put the bar receipt on the bench. I put the LPR still next to it. I did not raise my voice. I asked to see her messages with Adrian for the last month. Adrian is her ex. She went still. Then she called me controlling. She said she would not hand over her phone like a child. I told her I needed space and 2 nights to think. I told her not to use the joint card for anything besides the internet and the power bill. I told her not to move my documents. She said I was blowing up a small thing. She left in a rush. I went home and put my passport, birth certificate, and a folder of work papers in a lockbox. I set it in the back of my closet. I am not spiteful. I protect myself when rooms go strange. I printed the receipt, the LPR email, and the DM screenshots. I taped them to a paper timeline. Short lines. Clean times. I made tea I did not drink. Update 2. The next morning Lily called. She said my text felt heavy. I told her the short version. She said I was not crazy. Then she asked if I had eaten. I had not. She made me toast while I talked to her on speaker. A new email landed from our property office. Attempted key pickup denied. A man had asked for a spare key to my unit. First name only. Adrian. He said Jenna asked him to grab her hoodie. The office refused and logged the try. The note described a tattoo on the forearm. I added the notice to my folder. I locked the joint card in the app. I set spending alerts to the smallest number the app allowed. I wrote a 1-page note in plain language. No personal charges on the joint card. Return my spare key if asked. Bring a friend if you need to pick up belongings. We do it in daylight with the office present. I took a photo of the note and sent it. She read it. No reply. I met with a small firm near my rote. Ms. Nguyen sat across a narrow desk and listened. She wrote a short letter that asked Jenna to stop using the joint card for personal spend, to return my spare key, to stop posting about me, and to schedule any pickup of items with the office. Calm words. No heat. We sent it by email and certified mail. Jenna posted a black screen. Some men choke on trust. Ms. Nguyen replied with the letter. The story came down an hour later. At lunch, Miles texted me a screenshot from a group thread. He had helped me plan a surprise for Jenna months ago, then stayed in a side chat with her friends. A friend sent a boomerang of a hotel room. 2 glasses on a tray, Jenna's dress in the frame edge. The caption said, "Room service reset. Do not judge." A heart from a name I did not know. I saved it and put my phone face down. I went to the garage office and asked if I could see the entry log around 1912. The attendant printed a list for my unit's plate. It showed outbound at 7:03, inbound at 1912, no outbound after that. He could not give me other plates by policy. I thanked him and put the printout in my folder. That night Jenna texted me. "We need to talk. No screenshots, no timelines. Just us." I replied, "Diner at noon. Phone's on the table." She sent a period. Then nothing. I slept in fits. I watched the ceiling and counted the slow blink of the router light. I woke up with grit in my eyes. At the diner she sat with sunglasses on. She took them off and leaned in. She said she had seen Adrian for closure. She said it was a one-time thing. She said they talked about old times. She said they hugged too long. She said she was sorry if it looked bad. She said she did not want me to feel small. I asked one thing, fun. She covered it with her hand. She said she deleted the thread. She said she did it to protect our peace. That line told me our peace was a story, not a thing. I told her we were done if she kept the door to Adrian open. I told her I would not scream or post. I told her I would split property fair. I asked for my tools, my records, and the shelf I built. She cried without sound. She asked for time. I said no. I said I wanted a clean cut. Update 3. Pickup day came fast. I set 3 bins by the door. Closet, bath, desk. Lily sat with me. The office manager stood nearby with a clipboard. I kept the lockbox shut and out of sight. Jenna arrived with a friend. Not Adrian. She looked at the bins and went quiet. She put shoes, coats, and a stack of printouts into the boxes. She took 2 plants and a mug. At the door she asked if I would forgive her next month. I said I wanted peace, not suspense. She nodded once and left. 2 hours later a ride charge hit the joint card. Hotel to Adrian Street. It slipped through during the lock changeover. I called the bank and disputed it as unauthorized personal spend after notice. The rep logged it. Mess. Nguyen added it to a small, claims filing with the hotel bar charge. Court was quiet. The judge asked if I had told her to stop using the joint card. I showed the letter and the read receipt. He asked if the charges were personal. I said yes. He ordered a refund and the filing fee. Small money. Firm line. The property office emailed me again that week. Same man tried for a key again. Same refusal. Same log. They sent a photo of the clipboard line, names blacked out except mine. I thanked them and took the office a box of donuts. They laughed and waved it off. I left it anyway. Jenna texted 2 days later. Therapy. We try okay. I typed a paragraph. I deleted it. I wrote 2 words. Too late. Adrian texted from a new number. You were a pit stop. I blocked it and did not save it. My folder had enough weight. I moved the couch to face the window. I took down a photo from a day at the lake. I put up a map of hiking trails instead. The room felt less heavy. My route changed at work. New machines on the east side. New stairwells. New faces. I liked the quiet jobs where the only sound was a fan and a bag of chips dropping with a clean clack. A week later the hotel emailed a survey to our shared inbox. Thank you for your visit. It listed a couple's promo, strawberries, 2 flutes, late checkout. I saved it. Then I removed my email from the shared account and closed the tab. Lily came over with dinner. We ate on the floor and watched a dumb cooking show. She asked if I missed Jenna. I said I missed the good version of us. I did not miss the knot in my stomach when screens and words split apart. Ms. Nguyen closed my file with a 1-page note. You handled a hard thing with care. I paid her invoice. I put the receipt in the back of the folder. Then I put the folder in a drawer. Final update. Months passed. Snow hit, then slush. Then the first warm day. I started running on the trail by the lake before work. I ran slow. I ran anyway. My chest felt clear again. I set rules for myself. If a partner says overnight babysitting, I wish them luck and ask how the kid did in the morning. If a bank alert pings from a hotel bar during that shift, I believe the alert. If a plate photo shows a tattooed arm in my passenger seat at 1:12, I believe the photo. If a friend sends a DM by mistake with a headboard I can match to an ad, I do not make a sweeter story. I ask one clear question. If the answer bends the facts, I act. I am not proud of the folder. I am glad I had it. It kept me from begging. It kept me from yelling. It let me speak in lines and dates instead of noise. I do not hate Jenna. I miss her laugh when my machine spit 2 sodas for 1 credit. I do not miss the fog when she said babysitting and my account said couples promo. I choose clear air. I keep my door locks changed and my spare key with Lily. The office notice stays on file. The joint card is closed. My bank alerts are calm and boring now. I like boring. Miles still meets me for coffee at the diner on Thursdays. He asks how I slept. He waits for a real answer. We talk about shoes and old records. We keep it light. It helps. I started taking photos again with a cheap phone. Nothing fancy. A gull over the lake. A kid on a scooter. A cloud shaped like a hat. I keep them in a small album and look when my chest feels tight. It loosens. Sometimes I pass the hotel on my route. I do not look up. I look for loading zones and safe turns. I think about the next machine I will fix. I count the screws in my pocket. I breathe. If you are hearing this with proof on your screen and a sweet line in your ear, hear me. Save the alert. Save the still. Write the time. Ask one clean question. If the answer bends, do not twist yourself to make it fit. Draw a line. Keep your voice low. Make your moves in daylight. If you need a letter, send one. If you need to file a small claim to set a boundary, file it. It is not revenge. It is a ledger. I sleep through the night now. I wake before my alarm. I make eggs and toast and leave the sink empty. I fix machines and say hello to the security guards who wave me in. I come home to a quiet room and a map on the wall and a plant on the sill that leans toward the light. It keeps living. So do I. One day I will sit across from someone who sets her phone on the table without a speech. I will do the same. We will share bills with clear notes. We will choose each other in small rooms. We will tell the truth even when truth pinches. Until then, I keep my folder shut, my shoes by the door, and my peace in plain view. I earned it. I plan to keep it.